Good morning everyone. You join me as I am just finishing off my makeup this morning. So I thought I would quickly kind of finish my makeup and intro today's video. Well, I'm actually starting a vlog and I'm gonna do a vlog for the month of October, I think. I'm gonna try and do this a bit more regularly maybe to get myself into the habit of just like picking up my camera when there's something interesting going on, which I can't promise will be too frequently, but we rather excitingly do have a few little house updates going on, which is good fun, I feel like. So I thought I would share those with you. And today we actually have some carpenters coming over to do some built-in alcoves for us. Okay, makeup is done. I was getting a little bit too distracted trying to speak and finish my makeup at the same time, so I decided to tackle one thing at a time. So makeup is done, just popping in my earrings now, and now I can sit and chat with you and pay full attention to you guys. So as I was saying, we are having some works done at home today, and it's very exciting because it's the like built-in alcove units that I have genuinely dreamt of since we bought this house. It was definitely like high on my wish list, but I will be honest, any sort of house update or like house purchase or just house thing that I want to do just ends up being just way more money than we had anticipated. And I think you sort of budget X amount to do said job, and then you get quotes coming in and you realize actually I don't think that's going to be quite enough, unfortunately. So that's why we ended up waiting a little bit and just trying to get a bit more of a feel of exactly what we wanted to do in there. But we finally sort of settled and decided on what we want, and the carpenters are over today and tomorrow. I think it should take them 2 days to complete it, and I'm really excited, like so excited. So that's good fun. I will show you little updates, like progress updates, as like the days go on, but obviously as they're working in there I'm not going to bother them. I'm just going to let them get on with it, and then I will show you like maybe an update at the end of the day today, and then an update once it's all done, obviously. So this is how it's looking on day one. As you can see, we've got basically like the carcasses of what's going to be here. The carpenters have left their tools here and everything because obviously they're back tomorrow to finish the job, but I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. So this is essentially, we've got two of these kind of wall cabinets on both sides. Here where the fireplace is, the chimney breast kind of goes all the way like that. It like arches up. So that's why we have an arched area on this side. And in the end, we decided to go for no shelves here. First, we thought about maybe one floating shelf, but we put a TV here. So it's space for a TV basically. There's kind of no point like jamming anything in there, because then with the arch, you won't really fit much in there. And then on the other side, where it's more of a classic alcove, we again have the cabinet on the bottom, which is essentially a mirror image of the other one. And then you can already see the sort of supports for the floating shelves. We're going to have 3 floating shelves there. So I just think it will look really nice. Obviously a bit like asymmetrical and like uneven, I guess, but I quite like that. They're uneven anyway. So I think it will just be a great additional storage for us. I mean, I'm so happy with how this is looking so far. I don't know if you can tell from where I am because I'm so far away, but there's even a little box cut there because we have 2 sockets either side of the fireplace, so we still wanted access to those, and that's how we obviously still do get access to them. Really excited to see it all coming together, and yeah, to see how it looks tomorrow. But for now, I'm gonna close the door because it's super dusty in there, I guess, as expected. We've really got a lot in here. This is our new floor lamp, which Andrea and I keep saying reminds us of Taskmaster, because I don't know if you watch Taskmaster, but they sometimes do like a kind of little fisheye lens as like one of their little viewpoints, and this just reminds us of that so much. Day 2 of the alcoves. It's the evening now, and the carpenter is done. Ta-da! And here we go. Super happy with them. So on this side, like I said, we just went for some shelves, some like floating shelves. Obviously it's the evening now, but I'll show you a little bit better tomorrow morning in the daylight. But we've gone for 3 floating shelves, and then of course we've got the cupboard at the bottom, and we just went for some kind of like beading, they call this, so just little like panels, I guess, to just add a bit more interest, I suppose. And then we actually have some sockets inside, like either side of the chimney. So they've cut out little boxes for those. And then at the top, we have one of these little access ports so that we can get like lamps or whatever on here. We've got the same on both sides. And as I said, on the left, we did just go for the cabinet, no shelving, because we have a TV that goes in this bit basically. And if we were going to go for a shelf, it would probably be like here. And so there wouldn't really be that much room above it to actually fit anything substantial. So it would just be a little bit pointless, to be honest. Hello everyone, Monday today. I've just sat down to have my lunch and I thought I would start a little video. I am sitting on the living room floor, and the reason for this is, spoiler alert, our cabinets, we've not yet finished painting them. I say we, but it's been mostly Andre. Andre's been painting the alcove units that we had built in on like Thursday, Friday last week. And this weekend, he spent the weekend painting them, doing the primers, the primer and the undercoat. And we'd bought like white paint for it. We were pretty certain we were just gonna go white so that they'd stand out a little bit. But because the undercoat is white, we kind of get an idea of what it looks like. And then we both kind of decided that we would prefer it to be the same color as our walls, so that would like just blend a little bit better and just look a little bit more seamless, I suppose. So that then meant we didn't have the correct paints to go ahead and do that. So that's now on our to-do list. We are cutting it fine because I don't think I mentioned in this video, but on the 19th, which is this weekend, we're having a little housewarming at home. So we've got like these kind of big jobs that we want to get done, obviously, before our housewarming. And so, yeah, time is ticking. And Andre's not home today, so we probably won't be able to do that today. But hopefully tomorrow we can sort of get a move on and start with that. We've not finished the dining room, so our dining room is still a state. I will show you after I finish my lunch. And we've been eating in the living room, both of us being so cautious with the sofa, so that we don't get like food and stuff on it. Honestly, it's been a bit of a nightmare. I've just been eating on the floor because I can't be trusted. And Andre, we literally have like blankets everywhere. We bring in like kitchen cloths and stuff like that. So yeah, and naturally our living room is still a bit of a state. I think you can tell from behind me. I mean, there's a TV on the floor. All of my plants are here. Like, it's like I'm in a forest. So yeah, it's just, oh, I don't know. I wish things were a little more like put together, maybe, is that the right word? I just wish things were a little bit more settled in here for the time being. I hate seeing things messy, and this room, like, the door is constantly closed because I just hate looking into here. But yeah, anyway, it's a very rainy day today, but I'm quite excited. I filmed a little Reels video this morning, and now this afternoon I'm going to tackle the wardrobe switchover, which will be on my channel by the time this vlog goes up. But I'm so excited to do my wardrobe switchover. I almost forgot that this is something that I do, and so then I was like, oh yeah, like I don't need my summer dresses anymore. I'm gonna do my wardrobe switchover. So I'm really excited to tackle that later today. But I thought I would check in again and give you guys a little update of what's been going on and where we're at so far this week. So start of a new week, things are still a bit all over the place, but fingers crossed I will be updating you soon with more, I guess, exciting updates. Just finished my lunch and I figured I'd go ahead and come into the echoey room and show you like the progress and where we're at. So these are our alcove storage units. So we've done all of the priming stages, but as you can see, we can sort of have an idea of how this would look if we painted it white. I don't hate it, but I just think it kind of cheapens it a little bit. I just think these would look just that much nicer painted the same color as the walls. So that's what we're gonna do. We do have some leftover paint from the dining room. We used Lick's White 05 for the dining room walls. I think you can tell it's just like a nice kind of yellowy white, like a yellow undertoned white, which we really like. And we are going to need that to do some touch-ups from, you know, little areas where the carpenter sort of like knocked and a little bit of paint came off. And equally, when we take off this paint, we do think a little bit of wall might come off with it, which is annoying. So we are going to have to do a few touch-ups with that. But then for the cabinets, the reason why we've not started the cabinets is we can't go for matte finish with these cabinets. It's going to have to be an eggshell finish. So we do need to source some of that so that we can do the top coats for this. We decided to leave the inside bare,
which I think is kind of like an unpopular opinion, to be honest, but the doors are always going to be closed, and so the only people who will see that the inside is unfinished will be us when we're like opening and closing the cupboards. And once it's like filled with stuff as well, I just don't think we'll notice. All the doors obviously are going to be painted. This is the inside, and then obviously we've done the outer side as well. They've got some little beading details. So yeah, that's where we're at with the dining room. Unfortunately, it's taking us a little bit longer, and we did want it to be done by the weekend, but we just had a change of mind, and I think that's okay. I think, especially with this renovation, Andre and I have actually got really frustrated with each other at making decisions, but I think it's okay to not be certain about exactly what we want, considering we've never renovated before. Like we've never lived anywhere where we've had this sort of like creative freedom, I suppose. So it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to change our minds. And I just think we sort of like, I don't know, we need to be a bit more accepting, I guess. We'll get there, slowly but surely we will get there. I am really happy with them, I think they look great. I'm excited to kind of like style them up a little bit as well. Initially I thought I was gonna just put my books here, and that's really what I wanted. But the more I look into like alcove styling and things, I just think that, in particular because this is our dining room, that maybe like having it filled with books will look a little bit odd to have like a bookcase in the dining room. If it were the living room, it might make a bit more sense, but in the dining room, it is feeling slightly odd. So we'll have to see what I end up putting here. I might just style them up differently, but then obviously that means all the books that I had in here previously, I don't know where they're gonna go. I mean, I guess they could go into the cupboards, but I would rather keep like ugly things in the cupboard because obviously they're shut away. That's where we're at anyway with our alcoves in here. And now I'm off to film my video. As I said, I am getting distracted. I'm going to tackle my wardrobes now. I'm so excited about this. I'm actually gonna get changed because this top keeps riding up anytime my arms go up, and obviously that's gonna be a little bit frustrating, as when I'm doing my wardrobe, I'm literally gonna be like arms all over the place. So watch that video if you haven't already. It should be up on my channel, and I will catch up with you at another time. Alcoves update for you as anticipated. Unfortunately, as we took off the tape from the walls, the paint essentially peeled off the walls along with the tape. So we have literally like lines all across the alcove units where the tape had been and where the paint had also been, and now is no more. So unfortunately, it just means even more painting for Andre to do in here. I'll show you. The shelves are all painted. We went for the same colour in the end. We've not put the doors back on yet because obviously we have more painting to do, but this is basically what's happened. Andre's sanded everything down and like peeled off as much as has peeled off, but this is essentially an outline of where the tape had been. We don't really know what's happened here, but it just means a lot more painting. So back into the painting tins. Luckily we had one left over for the walls for this room, so we've still got a bit of paint there, and that is the task for today. So we have our fingers crossed that this is the last time we'll be painting in here. Hopefully it will all be like resolved soon after this, but honestly it has taken so long. We did not expect it to take this long, and we didn't expect obviously like the other issues as well. So it's been a long day, but I want to do a little progress update. It is done. We've put the doors back on, and yeah, but now obviously we need to see how good or how bad it looks tomorrow morning, because it's just too dark now, but when the sunlight hits, we'll be able to tell a little bit better. But it's been a long day. It's literally like, I think it might be like 9:30, but yeah, we got there in the end. Good morning everyone. Today was hair wash day and I feel like my hair just goes all over the place on hair wash day. It's like it's too clean, so I never really know what to do with it. Sometimes I leave it straight, sometimes I tie it up. Today I decided to tie it up, but because I don't want to go in with like any sort of slick back products yet, I then end up with, I don't know how well you can tell on the camera to be honest, but like my hair is just so like flyaway and just a bit annoying. So I've put it in a plait for the day, which feels very retro to be honest, but I've actually been enjoying plaiting my hair probably since the summer. So that's today's hairstyle. But anyway, today I actually wanted to go through my wardrobe, and not entirely because it should be on my channel by now, but I did my wardrobe switch over for autumn and winter. So I brought over some of my autumn winter pieces and popped them into my wardrobe, and it just wasn't looking perfectly finished. But I had been doing my wardrobe for such a long time that I was so over it, so it sort of stayed that way. But it's the following week now, so that video's gone live, all that sort of stuff, but it's the following week now, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of rejigging. And I've had sort of an aha moment, a light bulb moment, and I think I'm going to fold my knitwear slightly differently. So currently my knitwear is looking like this, and as you can see, it's just not quite right. I feel like the amount of space I have in these wardrobes doesn't really allow for my knits to be folded like this. So I'm going to try folding them slightly differently and seeing how that works for me, and I thought I'd film it. This feels like the weirdest angle for me to film this, but my tripod doesn't actually go any higher than this, so this is the best we can do. We're dealing with the top shelf, which is where I keep my knitwear. So it's currently getting full, and it's going to get even more full because knitwear is just a go-to for this time of year. So I am going to just, I don't know, I'm going to have to move things around and see how I get on. So for an idea, I'm thinking of folding like this. So then, number one, it won't take up as much space upwards, so it won't fill up so quickly. And number two, although I'm not quite sure about this one, I think I will be able to have like this going on this side and this side. So 2 rows of essentially just everything kind of tucked like this. I'm not entirely sure if there will be another space, so let me fold another. So another, it kind of does, but it overlaps. But what I'm thinking is, instead of maybe just doing this and folding it in half, I'll fold it in 3 instead. Slightly smaller. And there we go, that fits really nicely, see? So I think here I'll have slightly like wider shirts. I actually have this jumper, I don't know how well you can see, but it came out the wash and it is in dire need of a debobble. So that's what I'll do with that one before I pop it in place. But basically, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I've given myself like an hour to do this task, where basically I'm going to just make this all look a little bit neater, I hope. Can't lie, I feel like that may have been a total waste of time because it's done, but I think it is a little bit neater, does it? But it's just not really practical. I think like if I were going to come down here and like get something, I can add and remove easy-ish, but it's just not going to stay like this, and I know it's not because it's not so practical to like take out a jumper, fold it in this way, put it back, like, I don't know, in the hope that those clips weren't a total waste of time, and today isn't a total flop. I'm going to keep on vlogging. So just going to heat up some lunch. We did have our housewarming this weekend. Honestly, I nearly thought it was gonna have to be cancelled. I said it so many times that Andre was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have to cancel, we're gonna have to call everyone and say we can't do it, because honestly, we had a total disaster with the painting. I'm not even sure if I showed you the finished alcoves in the end. Did I? I don't know, maybe not. We were just in like total panic when the paint was like peeling off, and then we had to get ready for the housewarming and all of that stuff. It was a little bit of chaos over at the weekend. I'm so pleased we decided to go for the same colour as the walls. I just think it looks so sleek and just elegant. I really love it. We have our TV on the other side now as well. It's definitely lower than it used to be. We had like a pre-built, yeah, just like a little unit here, which was much higher than this one is. About 10 centimeters higher, I'd say. But yeah, it looks like this. I think it looks so cute. It's just so bright and so airy in here. It's really nice. It's still a bit echoey though, because obviously we're just missing, I mean, these are still to be styled, because I don't really have the stuff to put on here really, and I don't want to buy things for the sake of buying things. I really want to have kind of an idea of what I want in here. But one thing that did arrive this weekend was this print from Oliver Bonus, and I was so happy. This was on my wish list, but it's been out of stock for such a long time. And then I just, you know, out of curiosity, went to have a look to see if it was back in stock, and it was. I've never clicked buy so fast. I'm so happy to have this. It says Bon Appetit on it, but it's not actually a print, so it's fabric. So these are like 3D, they're like beads, and then this is all fabric. It doesn't have any glass or anything. So I really like it for in here. I think it will just look, it'll just be really nice with our, this is our dining room. It's where our dining table is, so naturally it's where we eat. And I just think it'll be cute. My idea is to put it on this wall above the radiator, I think. I wanted to put it above the fireplace, but Andre really wants us to get a mirror here again. We had a mirror here early on in the, early on when we moved here, but then we moved that mirror into the hallway, so now we don't have a mirror here, but we're thinking of getting a new one. I would actually quite like one of those like wavy sort of mirrors. Next has a really beautiful one, currently out of stock, so I'm going to keep my eye on that to see if it does come back. But I think we're going to go for that there, style up these shelves. I even think this frame could look quite nice like in the shelves maybe, but the shelves are kind of deep, so maybe it will get a bit lost in there, so I don't know. Oh my gosh, but look, close up of the paint job. Considering just how much paint came off, you really can't tell, and I'm so happy. Thank goodness. So yeah, we thankfully avoided that total disaster, but I'm really happy with them. Now just to style them, which I think will take me some time, as everything in this house does. I do think it will take some time, but really happy with it. We are literally living off of leftover pizza though, because we ordered pizzas for our housewarming. It was just easier. And then we just had so many leftovers. We just over-ordered, I guess. I feel like, I don't know, but with us, we're always really scared of not having enough. So then we ended up over-ordering. And so we had pizza for lunch and dinner on Sunday. Now we're having pizza for lunch again today. And we'll probably end up having pizza for lunch again tomorrow. Real time me popping on to finish off this vlog. So this will hopefully be up on my channel this evening. I'm just going to finish the finishing touches with the edit of the vlog. But I just wanted to sort of wrap things up for the end of this video, because believe it or not, I found it quite challenging to put together all these clips from the month, because there's kind of like, it's just a little bit hard to have like an order, I guess, because a month is quite a long time, to be fair, and like where it's just quite doing like daily tasks and things like that. Sometimes I feel like the vlog may have been a little bit like jumpy and all over the place, but hopefully you enjoyed watching. Let me know what you thought about it, if you would like to see me do these sort of monthly vlogs more regularly on my channel, maybe even a weekly vlog, although I can't promise it would be too interesting. But today is naturally the 31st of October, so it's Halloween, and I thought I would show you our pumpkins to finish things off. Andre and I did some pumpkin carving a couple of nights ago. I did film a few clips, maybe I'll insert them here. Andre's actually never been trick-or-treating, which I just thought was so crazy. So I'm quite excited for today. I'm excited to see like how many trick-or-treaters come along, and hopefully we've got enough sweets, but we will see. Our house is a bit of a state. I went to my parents' house yesterday, so I did bring back some of my like clothes and boots. I did mention that in this video, that I had loads of those still at my house, so I did bring a bunch of those over. But now I have all that to sort through, and I was gonna do it today. I was gonna be like, right, let me do this, but I need to edit the vlog. I just have too much to do. So I'll do that at another point. But the dining room is also still empty, still nothing on our alcove shelves. So slowly but surely we will get there. Actually, something fairly new that we got as well. We went into IKEA and we bought a rug for in here as well. So we're getting there. We are getting there. Maybe next time I share the dining room, I'll have like more of an update with you. But that wasn't the point of coming in here. I came in here to show you our pumpkins. So these are them. I'm really happy with it. The bigger one is Andre's. Andre's much better at like artsy stuff than me. And then this little one is mine. But honestly, I think this is the best pumpkin carving I've possibly ever done. So I'm really happy with it. We're gonna pop them out a little bit later, waiting for the trick-or-treaters. We bought like this box, but then we didn't think it had enough, so then we just like topped it up with more like lollipops, like I don't know. I hope it's enough. With that said, time to end the vlog. I really hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye.